Start streaming. See my content, and we are live. 0 people watching. 0 messages. Herp derp. Derp. Alrighty. No, didn't want that. Live. Hello, 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 people. Nobody watching. That's cool. Ah, we got 1 person watching. Hello, 1 person watching. How is life? Still only have 1 person watching. Don't know who it is watching, but hello to you, 1 person. Play some tanks here, guys. Get some matches going. Start things off with. Let's see. What are we gonna start things off with today? Let's go with the Vindicator. Haven't played this tank in a while. I have all the camo for it. Let's say, I'm gonna keep the green camo on it. Let's play a match in the Vindicator. My derp compilation in the Vindicator has become my most watched video with 2,000 plus views, so it's exciting. Let's see, we got weak on my team. They got some soft, squishy. Alright. Guess I'm going that way.
Let's get this show on the road.
Hey, Blake Carpenter, how's life? They called this way, didn't they? I'm not just imagining it. Yeah, they called this way. Hello to the 3 people who are watching. I have a nasty feeling that I'm gonna get absolutely destroyed here. So, what's up? I won't say it's my first match of the day, but I'm not gonna say it's my many matches into this day. Bottom tier, tank destroyer, with the derp gun. Ooh, come on, Spear Panzer. Come out, make my day. Come out wherever you are. 1390. Ooh, do it. Do it. Do it. No! No, 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 no! I should have waited. I should have waited, guys. Oh, I am a failure. Oh, man. That miss. That miss, though, guys. Oh, that's a JP2. And that miss as well. Wow, I'm not shooting very well here, guys. Oh, that was a pathetic miss, guys. Not starting off this stream very well. Hello, mate. Guys, I'm getting outflanked. Timu, help me. Ah. Error. Alright, that guy's dead. And that guy's dead. Trying to help with this IS. Load the HE, boys! Nope, or not. Drive forward? Question mark? Yeah, let's drive forward. When in doubt, drive forward! Once more into the breach, my dear friends. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Ramming speed. All right, that was pathetic. I've had worse games. I should have aimed a little bit more at that HE shot on the STA, but whatever. What could have been a bad game turned into a pretty decent game. Bounced some shots. Showed that people just don't really know where to shoot this tank still. For some weird reason. 5 of you tuning in today. Let's go. Let's go to another derp tank. Yes, the STA was utterly and completely clueless, guys. By the way, just a quick announcement. I do have my Discord, YouTube Discord channel up. I'll drop a link for you guys. Not live in there right now, but I will be doing my next face-off episode will be a mouse versus, and wow, that's insane. Next face-off episode will be mouse versus E100. So if you have one of those tanks, show up. Got to be present on Discord in order to participate. NA server only for those of you guys who are not. Let's get that link for you guys. Drop it into the chat here. Might film a IS-6 versus IS-5 episode as well that night. Really just depends on who has time and who shows up. That's a link to my Discord. I'll sign roles and stuff later on. I don't have any moderators yet. Get that set up. Anyways, let's get to more matches here. 6 of you watching. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's go T49. Had a really, utterly terrible match with my T49 earlier on this map. Just terrible. The team said everyone up top. Yeah, I can do a 183 versus JPE 100 if I can get people. I'm trying to establish a network with a couple other different servers for tanks so that I can have a plethora of people who will listen. A couple things are going to change up, but that's different. Yeah, T49. Not that great of a tank now, but it's still fun. 2 medium tanks up here, so let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. Might YOLO, or not YOLO. I might do platoons today. I don't think so. I've already had a couple people ask for platoons. Get trapped. Ouch. Ouch. That was not worth it. I want my money back. They said that this thing can penetrate tanks. They lied. Ow, I'm still seeing. Stupid mistakes, Ryan. Yeah. I'll think about platooning with people. I'm probably not going to do it today, but I will do a stream not next week. Stream next week where I will platoon with people. Aim, 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 aim. See me? I ninja. I stealthy McStealthersons. So things are a little bit not great for me right now because I do have a really low amount of health. There are some pretty nasty tanks in the town area. You saw me. let's go get that comet. Shit. We gotta get this comet and JP2 out of here. Oh, fuck my life! I missed. But like, I don't know whether or not I'm gonna platoon with you today, alright? So, didn't agree. I said I might. I like that name, Sabatonic. Oh shit. Well, fuck this.
Vehicle destroyed.
No derp shells. Not fair. I should have just fired off. Oh, alright. T-49, what can I say? Kinda crap. If you haven't seen my T-54 video, check that out. Let's play an E100. I don't know about this SP1C being so good. I don't know. Hey, it's Pro Blitz. Let's see. They got Derja and Skill X.
Move out.
We got 3 E100s, a GP E100, so I'm just gonna push. Not push hard, but push-ish. Personally, I think the E100 is one of the best tier 10 heavy tanks, especially recently, because of that. Just gonna edge out here. This guy's gonna. Oh, fuck me. Oh. Hey. Let's go. This is kind of a iffy move to do, and puppies. I fired heat into the side of an E100. Fuck my life. That was a stupid move. That was a stupid, stupid, stupid move. Stupid, idiotic move. Spear Panzer's alright. It's not the best tank, I'll say at 2.7. I think the T-71 personally is better. Again, though, personal preference, yada yada yada. Let's go get this I-7. Ooh, that was a very nice roll. 743. 7 people watching. Welcome. Humans. Whoever you are. SU, you're... Oh, well, SU got aim erect. So it looks like it's just the enemy platoon that is left. I get the E1. Well, I get the HE on the rear of the M48. No! I went for it, guys. Hey, Gonzalez Gaming. Welcome. That was a nice match that we played earlier. Kind of. M46, enemy M46 dead. Yeah. What's there to say about the E100? Has a lot of armor, has a big 150 millimeter gun. Um, Missed a couple of good shots that should have done more damage. Eh, not the greatest start to this stream. On that T49 match, there's a couple of things I could have done differently. First off, I could have, should have, and would have been a lot more mobile. Should have focused more on playing the match and not talking to y'all. It's my fault. Apologies. Let's see, what tank do we play next? So this tank is actually going to be hardcore nerfed coming up here in a little bit. Gun depression is going to be decreased pretty much across the board. Gun elevation, DPM. It's going to go from being overpowered to being crap. My Discord is going utterly fine. Anyways, Discord appears to be working for me just fine. Anyways, you want me to play a match in the VK? Let's play one in the RU251. So the RU251, in contrast to the T49, all of this is lightly armored, but it's faster, it has less gun depression, but it has a better, more DPM with the 90mm, more pen with the 90mm, and it has HEP, which is very high penetration. Oh, I still have my Clan Wars loadout on this. Looks like I'm going to be losing credits here, guys. I have 26 heat loaded because we played this in Blitz Pro League a little while ago, which means that I don't have that much AP. So this is going to be fun. I'm going up. This is a good spotting area to see if anybody's camping there. You can get some spots up through here, like that. So I'm just going to back off. Enemy team has one. I'm going to trust my camo. Enemy team has one light tank, which is a T49, which can wreck the hell out of me. So I'm going to go looking for him. I got to get the first shot off. Chief Garlic, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Where's their T49? There's their T49. Fuck my life. Alright, he fired heat. Fuck! This shit. I get absolutely wrecked there. Dead driver. That was a crap. I apologize, guys. I very much apologize for that showing. That was utterly pathetic. Apologies. Let's go to a different. Tier 5. This is the Ram Panzer, guys. This is the E50M of Tier 5. It's doesn't have a lot of track traverse. In fact, I'll say it has absolutely crappy track traverse. But it's insanely fun to ram people with this tank. Would you guys like to see me start streaming 2 or 3 times a week again, or just once? I'm going to say the fuck with it. Balls to the wall, and Hey, Living Trombone, what's up? This is one of the hidden gems. I do have the camouflage that we got when the M60 was gifted last year. I do have that equipped on this tank. Pushing a little bit hard, but I want to get behind this 48-hour stream. Unfortunately, I have this little thing called school and a life that prevents me from doing that. So I will regretfully decline. This tank also doesn't have great gun depression, but pretty decent on the move gun stats. Oof. S35CA. Who needs life? You have us. Well, I appreciate the sentiment, guys. I don't think that... Stupid S35. No. Kill steal like a boss. I might do a 12-hour stream. It's exhausting, yeah. I'd have to build it up. How? Come on out. Come on out. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you. Gee. Chai. Ow! Get out of here. BDR G1B. Doesn't need to aim pretty much to pen me anywhere. This is really not where I want to be. Alright, he's down. Need to get the BDR. Alright, he bounced. He's using a 75. So it's 3 versus 4. Alright. 1 versus 3, guys. I gotta get the M4 and the Anko out of the way first. Bounce, 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 bounce. Ha! Dang it! Dang it, dang it, dang it! Ah! I made a good run of it, guys. Yeah. I should have killed the M4. Well, they're both pretty good players, I think. Russ is a pretty decent clan, 55%. GP obviously is excellent. Dang it. Yeah. Can I play the T7 car? Yes, I can. Gotta find that. T7 car. Let's see, that's tier 2. T7 car. Alright, guys, T7 car. Is there anything good about this tank? It's fun. That's about it. Basically, you get to the sides and rear of an enemy tank. You try to play smart among most of the brain dead people at tier 2, and you just spam a whole bunch of 50 caliber rounds at them. That's basically what this tank has. It has a 50 caliber Modus machine gun, and you just hold down the button and go da 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 da, and keep on firing and hope to God that you can get some kills. You hope that nothing on the enemy team has armor, which nothing really has armor, and you hope that the enemy team plays stupid. So I'm just gonna wait and see where the enemy team goes. Alright, Panzer II. That has armor, technically. If he comes out sideways, I can just spam into the side of his tank. 55 damage, guys. And track traverse again. Basically, you just drive up to them and just burp. Act like you have a Gatling gun. Alright, 2 of them over there. 1 over there. BT2 over there. He's gonna be the first one I go for. Cool guys don't look at explosions. I will get derped the hell up by pretty much all the enemy tanks surviving. Well, T-46 I might not be. But there's 3 guys left. I'm just gonna try to get to the rear of one of them and just... Let's see. Sorry, mate. There goes half your hit points. Keep firing! Be a true American! You do not fire while there's... You do not rest while there's ammo left in your machine gun. Ah, love the smell of M2 in the morning. Woo! Even though it's not morning. Second class for 600 damage. GG to the T-82. Alright, let's not do that again. Let's see. How many people have joined my... I am not in voice chat. No, I'm not. Sorry, responding to somebody on Discord. What do you want to see? Let's go with... E50M. How many spare parts do I got? 41,000. How much time do I got left? 48 minutes. 9 gold. Back. Let's go with... why not? E50M. E50M it is. So, one of my next videos is actually going to be about my worst tank ever, which is the predecessor to this, the E50M. Um, oh gosh, they got Grim platoon. Whew. All right, here we go.
Let's get this show on the road.
They got 3 mediums, we got 2. I'm not going to push hill that excessively hard because I will get ripped to shreds by everything. Ah! Needed that shot. I see. Pushing up on the hill when there's a lot of enemy tanks there is not smart. As this guy is going to try to side scrape around the corner when they have 3 tank destroyers. Just totally smart. Totally smart. That's an E4. Sniper Bola. Ooh, that's an E3. That's an E3. That's an E3. Just back off. Just back. If you see an E3 at range, back off and deal with him last, because an E3 is incredibly difficult to effectively counter at range. Sure, you can spam heat at the front, but when he's behind a bush, nah, not much you can exactly do with that. So I got spotted going up here. 257 heavy is over on that flank. Just gonna let my camo. Ooh, that is unfortunate. How in the fuck is our team losing this? Hello. Person whose name I cannot pronounce in 1,000 years. Alright, so the M48 bounced. T-10 E4 is going to have to come all the way around the corner. Shit. Alright. T-57 Heavy has to die out here on the flank. Our 50B is very low health. Where did their 57 go? This is gonna suck. So I gotta get back into cover. So there's still a Grille over there. Okay, I wanna reset. This is gonna be bad. We gotta get this Grille out. Shit. Yep. Well, there goes that. I gotta get the grill without getting nailed by the E3. I gotta hope that this grill pushes me. Ah, fuck! Well played to that grill. Got unspotted. Yeah.
Vehicle destroyed.
Not much. Not much I can do there. The gorilla was a very good player. I think that was the guy from Graham. No, Spud. Spud's a pretty good clan as well. I could have beaten the E3 if our frickin' 50B hadn't missed that AP shot on the grill. I should have just gone all in on the grill right away. I had the hit points to take a shot from him, and I could have outmaneuvered the E3. Yeah. Little small mistakes that would stop you from winning 1 versus 3, guys. You can look back all you want on that. I've not had a great run today already. I haven't had a terrible, but I haven't had a great. Yeah, that was not a great. I had 2 1 versus 3s that I could have theoretically won, but little small decisions just stop you from winning things. So, yeah. Right. Move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on to. Let's do something I can have fun in. Yeah. Let's play the most overpowered tier 8 medium tank that masquerades around as a light tank. I cannot emphasize how incredibly good this tank is. You have light tank camo, you have pretty much the best armor profile of regular medium tanks at this tier. Sure, I can play Mod 1 next.
Let's go.
You can side scrape in this tank, your upper plate's pretty bouncy against some tier 6s and or not tier 6s, tier 7s. So I'm just gonna set up shop here, one into that guy, track him. Get the tracking assistance, come around the corner, don't quite able to finish him off. The one thing that does lack a lot about this tank is the pen is pretty shite. Ow. What is our STA doing? Derp 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 derp.
Enemy armor is
To
damaged.
this corner site. Alright. Alright, he's firing HE.
Enemy is hit.
This guy has no idea what he's doing.
Enemy armor is
Fortunately, he has
destroyed.
pinned me. Well, shit. Little help, team. Team. Help. Haha! Cheeky shots through. Cheeky shots through the train. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. No. Stay. No T-34. Stay. Stay. Oh. Team, help me. I get out. I get out. Oh, shit. Here comes an AT-15. If he comes around here, I'm fucked.
Looks like that one went right through.
Oh.
We lost the track. We didn't penetrate their armor. We fixed the track. Get
Yay, guys, I survived! I survived! Oh, God almighty. That is the person you don't want on your team. Yeah. Yeah. Not naming and shaming anyone, but yeah. Rips. Alright. Mod 1 next. Let's go. So, what this tank has is an extremely absurdly large amount of frontal hull armor at tier 8. It's not the most by raw thickness, but it's pretty well angled, especially for a medium tank. You can kind of play this like a heavy. It has alright mobility, but it's not great. So let's say, for example, the Indian Panzer on the enemy team will absolutely run rings around me. But what I will do is most likely be able to bend him most of the shots, and if I angle up, wiggle, jiggle, do my best to make him miss and bounce, I will bounce a lot of shots. We have a T-54 lightweight. Yeah, I'm only going 32 kilometers or less here. However, I do have 1,470 hit points with the enhanced hit point equipment mod, so there's that. Tank also doesn't have an overabundance of DPM or gun depression or turret armor, but it does have very, very, very good hull armor. Its cheeks are pretty strong on the turret, but right around the gun mantlet isn't great. Doesn't look like anything went this way. So oh, there they are. I'm going to turn around. So they pretty much did a cap rush, which is pretty much the worst thing you can do on this map. Our T-44 has the 122mm gun, which in my opinion, is probably the worst choice. So this thing is very good as a medium tank hunter, because there's not much this guy can do frontally, even spamming APCR. He got wrecked. He has like 170-ish millimeter pen maybe with that gun. I have 200 raw thickness on my upper plate. So this guy's using a 122mm gun, so he has 175mm pen. So I'm just gonna bait shots at. Ooh, he fired APCR. The Carnarvon's a different story entirely. He can not lull pen me, but if he aims, he can pen me very, very, very often. He has a lot of DPM, but doesn't look like he knows how to aim. So what I'm trying to do here is not get killed by the SU-152. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not the greatest fan of this tank. It does make a lot of credits, but if I'm going to be grinding credits at tier 8, I'm going to play this tank, which in my opinion is one of the best tanks at tier 8. So you got gun depression, 7 degrees. You got an insanely strong turret. You have a honestly pretty troll upper plates, and let's see. 1390 on the enemy team. We have a 1390, a T-54E1. An 047 is a tank that I really wish I had bought. I'm a tank collector. I did not buy that tank at the time. I'm pretty mad about it. So I'm not going to push all the way up here. I'm going to tract him. Burn adrenaline quickly. Bounced off his upper plate. Little rip. So this is a bad scenario here. So what happened there is the 1390 has 50 millimeters of upper, not 50, maybe 50? I don't know. Has actually pretty troll upper plate. I hit its upper plate at an angle, and I got bounced, which means that he is now alive with an autoloader on our flank with the T-54, which is not great for us. Luckily, it doesn't look like the enemy team is gifted with an overabundance of smarts. So the enemy 047 is in a very smart place, which is probably where I should be. He's able to counter our team who pushes up on their guys, but at the same time, he's covered from people sniping him. Alright, good. So our flank now is secure. Enemy 047 dove down to 1v1 our E75, so I'm going to go down and actually help him. 047 is a dangerous tank, a dangerous player, so I'm just going to try to utilize my team. Got a track. I was spamming APCR accidentally there. Well played. Only now the T-54E1 is dealing with an ISU that looks like has a 122mm gun, but BS bounce off the side of a T-54E1 for the win. 1390 is going to come around and rape our T-54E1, except the 1390 doesn't have very good pen. So this is actually a pretty interesting matchup here, guys. We have 3 guys alive, but most of them have low health. T-54U1 got a pen buff recently, so it is theoretically able to go through the front of the IS-5. The IS-5 Russian gun handling OP. 1390 is a good player, is just going to try to play ring around the rosy now. I don't think he can win a 1 versus 3, but we do have some pretty low health guys. Wanders into the gun sights of our IS-5. One shot man lives up to his name, and we get down the win. Wasn't great performance on my end, but even with me spamming APCR pretty much half the match, I still made 51,000 credits. Yeah. GG to this T-54U1. Apparently there's a nerf that's going to be coming around. Very good GG to this guy. Dude from week. Just 3.6k. 16 people watching in now, guys. Welcome one, welcome all. Let me check my stream health. No, my stream health is better than ever. doesn't say I have any problems on my stream health. It says everything is good on my end, Keno. I'm getting 3,500 plus kilobytes per second upload speed. Almost 0% drop frame rate. Might be problem on your end. I don't know. Let's see. This is not a tank that has been played very often. This is the something 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 Panzer 70, which nobody can pronounce. So I call it MBT 70. Complicated relationship with this tank. I really like it. I well ordered it on the first day. Didn't get content out soon enough, so not a lot of people watched it. Yes, I do have the IS-5. I will play that next. Actually, I'll go ahead and play it now. I have the IS-5 with the rust camouflage, which is Clan Guardian, because I think it personally looks cool. I did not mean to remove that. IS-5 is probably one of the more favored tanks for Clan Wars. It's what my clan ran fairly often until we started doing a switch, more or less a general switch over to the more or less a general switch over to the T-34 in Clan Wars. So the IS-5, I again have a complicated relationship with this tank. I really like its armor profile, and in close melees, this tank is incredibly powerful. However, it does have not great gun depression, and its gun handling stats are just utterly terrible. Yeah, it's definitely worth 100 gold though. Let's see if I can't get a decent match for you. But yeah, its gun handling is just awful. So Heater played tier 8 tournaments for about a month solid, or 3 months solid. Got first place in North America in the Twister Cup tournament series, whatever, where we were fighting for all those cups and stuff. Which was not easy. We played some pretty good clans there. But recently we just kind of fell apart. I was suffering from a lot of fatigue, etc., etc. So we ran this a lot in the beginning, along with a whole bunch of IS-3 defenders. But eventually gun handling became more and more and more important. So we decided to not run this tank as much and run more T-34s, because in the majority of the places where we would play, a T-34 would work almost as well, but with more gun depression, ISU. The problem with this tank is that when you face tanks that have like 280mm plus, you're gonna get penned. But if you let your tank aim in, you can bounce shots. And you can hit shots. And that's part of the trouble with this tank. Alright, come out again. T69. I know you have one more. Maybe. No? So you can, two things you can do with this tank. You can side scrape and use its pretty decent side armor to side scrape, or you can expose your outer pike and bait people into shooting that. So the enemy team is in a very difficult spot here. They have been flanked. So we're just gonna do a general push up here. Goes down. $400 alpha is nothing to sneeze at. Is it 1,500 gold? It might be 1,500. I don't remember how much it was. I bought it ages ago. Dun da 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 da. Charge! So another thing that this tank has going for it is extremely mobile for a heavy tank. Russian gun handling. Climb the hill. So, I'm sorry, Keno. That's tough. But yeah, another thing it does extremely well is earn credits. So I did less than 800 damage, 2 shots of damage, and 36,000 credits. No worries, comrade. But yeah, so the thing about this tank is you can see that the on-the-move gun handling, and when you're playing tanks like other IS-5s, you have to be able to put in the shots in tournaments. Okay. IS-5, I'm not saying it's a bad tank. It's a great tank. I mean, my stats in it are not terrible. 1800 plus average damage in a tier 8 with a 68% win rate's not bad at all. I mean, haven't aced it yet because reasons. But it's not a terrible tank. I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm not saying it's a bad tank. The only thing I am saying is stopping it from being overpowered is the gun handling is just that bad. Compared to something like an IS-3 Defender or another Russian heavy tank that isn't nearly as competitive but is still pretty decent, which is the IS-2 SH. This thing has just amazing gun handling, like light years better than the IS-5. The problem with this tank is it's rear turreted and its turret's pretty weak, especially compared to the IS-5. But the IS-5 has a very effective pike nose and pretty decent pen and very good mobility. American autoloader, I have a T-57 Heavy. I can play this if you want. T-57 Heavy is a great tier 10 competitive tank. If you run 2 of these things together and have people who are able to coordinate, these things just shred enemy teams, especially if you can catch 1 or 2s. Problem is you need to have really good focus fire and team dynamics, which is difficult to get. So guys, on this map, go hill. Just go hill, please. We have pretty mobile heavy tanks. We have 2 autoloaders. We have a lot of gun depression tanks. We actually have a lot of American tanks here. 2 E5s, and I'm 1 of 3, a T-57 Heavy. Churchill gun care is extremely crap. So T-54E1. Differences between T-57 Heavy and T-54E1. Well, I have a lot more hit points. And he's dead. So I'm just gonna back off. So part of the shit part of this tank is it doesn't have that great of armor, honestly. So I'm taking way too much damage here. So I'm just gonna put shots out where I can. Go for a reload here. 2.5 seconds between shells is a lot of damage that you can put out. Not a great representation of this tank. Took too much damage early on for not putting enough out, but see if I can't leverage off my team here. Fuck my life. Dead driver, so I'm just gonna try to get into cover. last thing that you want to do with this tank is die needlessly. You want to not do what I've done here. You want to save your hit points. That's partly what this tank is all about. Saving your hit points, putting out the damage, trying to take 1 for 2. I didn't do a great representation of that here. Comes back out, he dies. Gotta be really careful here. So if I play correctly, I might be able to get another shot or 2 off. Nope, 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 no, 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 no. Nope, didn't get the Cabal. Yeah. T-57 Heavy. Autoloader. I took a lot of damage and I still managed to 2.7k. Let's see. I only have the tier 9 tank. I started playing that about 2 months ago. Eh. T57 Heavy is definitely the stronger of the two now. I have a comparison vid up on my channel. Check that out if you want to. Let's see. KV2. Oh, guys are making me play KV2. I will do KV2 and then I'll do T49. Why not? I would play some Russian anthem music here, but last time I did that, I got a copyright strike on my channel, so let's not do that. Yeah? This is actually not a terrible map for this tank. Enemy team does have a KV2, so we're going to have some KV2 fratricide here. HE only. I cannot preload HE. I'm pushing my 3 key multiple times. Come on. There we go. This is either going to go very well or very badly, guys. Opinion on upcoming AMX 30 and WZ 121. I am not at liberty to talk about those tanks. Hello! Bye-bye! That was totally worth it, guys. One shot. I can't really... I don't really want to talk about the 121 for reasons. But I will say that its stats are out... Alright, fine. Its stats are out there. It has rather mediocre DPM. It has rather poor alpha compared to other 122mm guns at tier 10. But its mobility looks very good. Its shock factor looks very good. Its armors looks pretty decent. I have played it on PC, and I will say that it looks incredibly similar to the PC. 121 minus less alpha, but it does have more alpha than any other tank at this tier, at any other medium tank. Oh god, it's loading in. Son of a... Apologies, guys, for the lag in the stream. Not much I can do about that. Yep, dead. Let me fix this. So, it has not the strongest turret at tier 10. T62A has the honor of that. Sorry, guys, I'm just happy that I one-shotted the enemy KV2. Pretty much unaimed. What more can you ask for? It's It's gonna be a good tank, I think. Um, it is on the super test right now, but again, it is what it is. AMX 30 is an entirely different story. So you do have some stats and stuff on the AMX 30 and the AMX 30 prototype. But the thing is, on PC, those tanks were massively changed from their previous playstyle. Before whatever patch it was on PC, they played a lot like the Leopard 1. And honestly, I think that for Blitz, that another tank with that style or playstyle would not be great, especially considering that the Leopard 1 is just a better, it's the best scout at tier 10. It is Leo 1's brother, but in PC now they changed it more to like a hybrid Russian DPM with the STB turret. I mean, it has a surprisingly strong turret in PC. Its mantlet can actually block stuff. Wow, we lost that match on Copperfield. Rip. Surprisingly strong turret. I'm wondering how it's going to be in Blitz. So you could have pretty decent DPM. Like there's some stats of the some leaked stats of the AMX 30 prototype somewhere on Discord in one of the servers or something, and that basically has the same 100mm gun minus an autoloader that the whatchamacallit has, the 5100 stuff like that, 232 pen, 263 on APCR. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited for both tanks because I'm excited for all new tanks. I'm gonna start a policy whenever a patch comes out. I will purchase the no normal AP on the KV2, no. I will purchase the lines the moment they come out, play them on stream so you guys can watch, because apparently that's what people like to see, and it gets you a lot of views and subs. A lot of new people were brought in by those videos, and yeah, giveaway video is still live. You can comment on that. And yeah, why would you run normal AP on the KV2? You literally get nothing for it. I'm gonna spam HE because why run a KV2 if you're not gonna spam HE? I think someone said that he wanted to see a T49. Playing on the match on that. My first match was not spectacular in this tank. Try to do better. Alright, so better map. Another guy from SkillX. SkillX seems to be out in force today. He's in a 1390. T54. This is a godlike matchup for the enemy T54. So I'm going to try to counter. It will do full AP damage, but if you're going to be firing AP, you're going to be doing it because you absolutely need to kill someone, and they're going to be at not enough damage for you to guarantee an HE kill. But you're going to fire AP because you need to guarantee the kill on the tank. I've never used regular AP on the KV2 gun. I will say that much. So I'm going to try countering the enemy 1390 as much and as hard as I can. Spam the HE here. He's going to most likely be in that bush or having rushed town. Or there. Wow. Scouting run for the win. Well played, 1390. Very well done there. That was a brilliant scouting run. You rarely see someone do that anymore. I think he's going to be... Alright. Don't know how he pushed all the way over there. So we got a T28. So I'm wondering where their 1390 is going to be. Oh, they have a T49 as well. Alright. Don't know where that shot went. So yeah, plans are kind of spoiled by that 1390 at the beginning. Well played to him though. That was a very good spotting run. Very well done job. I'm being outplayed by that 1390, guys. Hardcore. He did a very excellent spotting run in the beginning. I'm now a one-shot with a dead gunner. So my traverse is... So now I'm going to try... I've been trying to counter that guy for a while, which means my team is getting slaughtered. He knows somebody's there watching him. He didn't know it was me in the bush. So I'm going to repair this. Back. Stay in the bush.
Enemy armor is damaged. He is gone. Find us another target.
Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. Yep. He saw me fire, and he knew that he could come, so he went. GG to him. I got countered hardcore there. He did a scouting run. He judged he could do it. I mean, Chronix, you might be able to see the Kuro's side if the Kuro turns around. I mean, it's sometimes worth to carry one or two regular AP shells. I personally don't, because if I'm going to be playing a KV2, I'm going to be playing a KV2 to use HE for the fun factor. If I was playing it in like a tournament or something, I might use one or two rounds just in case, but for public play, I mean, you can carry so much ammo that it doesn't really matter. And I have seen some ridiculous KV2 flanks. I've done more than one in my occasion. I had a 5-kill KV2 game ages ago before I was recording, where I got like 4,000 damage or 5,000 damage with just 4 or 5 consecutive one-shots on a flank. Doesn't really happen too often. Gonna play another match here in the T49 because I sucked out hardcore than that other one. CDC. So the T49 really got hit hard by its nerfs. It's still fun to play, but it's no longer overpowered. It's no longer an instant ammo rack to Panthers and CDCs and stuff, which is good. T49 messed up the balance of the game. I hold on to that to this day. Let's see if there's anybody in this bush. Alright, so we got flanked. We got let out flanked. So I'm going to try to ambush the CDC. And then bugger off. No, I need to bugger off. I just need to get out of here. It's not worth taking the damage here, guys. Jesus. spotted me. Yeah, this is gonna be a loss here, guys. I'm not a great fan of this map, especially when when their team takes the... I mean, that was a decent shot I got it there into the... Here's the T-54. T-54 is probably the hardest counter for this tank you will ever meet. Burn to death, bitch. How did my team come back from this? On the move. Because why not? And yes, the Stug 3G will be even better with 4.4 because German bias apparently. Although the MT25 is going to be interesting as well, guys. You're talking about a 4-shot 57mm autoloader with actually a lot of DPM, or a lot of, not DPM, a lot of interesting characteristics on it. A lot of pen, and a lot of clip alpha. That's definitely one that I'm going to be picking up. Oh, apparently we picked that up. And yes, Nas, whatever your name is. I can't pronounce that. You will get ammo racks if you legit know where the ammo racks are, and I know where the ammo racks are. It's just the module damage that you get from shots is so much less now that the odds of you getting ammo racks is a lot less when you do hit the ammo racks. We actually did a test, a friend and I. So the new gun for the MT25, you're talking about 360-ish, or 360 clip alpha. The current MT25 with the autoloader, let's see, MT25. You're only talking about 100 millimeters of AP pen, whereas the new one has as much AP pen as the APCR does on this autoloader. So yes, theoretically, you're going to get a lot more damage out with the tier 5 autoloader than you will with the other one, but penning the shot is what makes the difference. I mean, who needs pen in a light? Pen in a light is a lot more than you think. When you're facing something like, let's say, an angled up, it's here. You know what? We'll take the MT25 out. I'll play it on stream now. I'll play it with this gun. So when you get the flanks and sides with the old autoloader, you theoretically don't need to pen, yeah, but on all maps you're not going to get the sides. It doesn't always happen. It can't always happen. I'll load up 16 this, 72 this, and 32 that. So I'll gold this. And yes, I'm saying you do have to flank. I understand the concept of flanking. I'm saying that not all situations are conducive to flanking. And when you struggle to pen some medium tanks, it's not great. I mean, a tier 5 tank, the Ram Panzer, you're talking about almost 130 millimeters of effective frontal hull armor. And if you angle, and yet before the parameter, if this tank was insanely overpowered because you could just run the 130 millimeters of pen and didn't really have to worry about things. But you can't necessarily do that now. I understand that the lack of pen is part and parcel of being a light tank, and honestly, light tanks are some of my best tanks that I can get, but some of the best tanks that I can drive. I mean, but at the same time, there's a time to flank, there's a time to not flank. I play it on a flanking time, but sometimes in the 1 versus 3, you don't have the luxury of being able to flank around someone. Alright, we'll play it. We'll play it. When you're bottom tier, things just tend to bounce this tank, especially when, yes, you can do 400 plus in a clip, but only if you pen. How do I have rare free skins? I can try and get a ram kill. I have rare free skins because this was Clan Wars 3 camo. So if you played in Clan Wars 3, you got this camo. I get a couple other camos because of M60. I get a special camouflage for that, but it's not free, technically. I still have to pay like 2,000 credits. Alright. MT25. You're getting 8 shots, 2 shells per little magazine item. We'll see. So, with light tanks on this side, I like to go here. I'm just gonna let myself. Or that's a perfect illustration. That is an M4 A2. Even with premium, I cannot scratch the front of his tank. Yeah. 5 hit points. I'm not playing this for actually to do well. I'm illustrating a point. Sometimes the role of a light tank is to flank, but sometimes on the flank you run into tanks like the Easy 8 or even the Jumbo Sherman Jumbo, and you're not penning those tanks from the front. And yes, you can theoretically get around to the sides and rear, but the lava. Here, let's go to. It's just. The role of a light tank, yes, is to flank and spank, but it's also to leverage your mobility on the battlefield, but sometimes you can't leverage that mobility. Light tanks really can only go. If the light tank goes off by itself and runs into a medium tank, most times that light tank is gonna die. Unless you're in something like an LTTB, T-54 lightweight, RU-251, you're an exceptional player and the other person's a crap player. But if you're talking about a Super Pershing versus an RU-251, and Jumbo Sherman versus an MT-25, you're gonna lose. I agree that you should be going up against heavy tanks frontally, but I do not have the Helsing, unfortunately. You want to see lava camouflage. What do I think of the Tankenstein? I think it is an incredibly fun tank, but it's not that great. There's much better tier 7 heavy tanks. T29 for 1. What? Where's my Ram Panzer? And I apologize if you disagree with my point, but It's not worth $40. This is the special M60 camo. It is called the True Devotion. And Chronix, no worries about bad English. I'll play another game of the MT25 just to show how I think light tanks should be played. The bad pen comes more into is more effect in the early game than is in the late game. In the late game, you have the ability to flank around and you have more space, but in the early game, you kind of fixed in certain roles, and in Blitz especially, you're not necessarily able to play around on the flanks because you might run into the KV2 on the flank that you don't expect to be there. Alright, so I'll play an actual match here with the MT25, how I would play it. Alright, this is not a great map for this, but let's go. Alright, VK2801 versus MT25. I don't know, it's just something about the MT25 and the lack of pen on its autoloader kind of holds it back. Where if I can have almost the same amount of clip damage as I get with the current one, but with more pen, I'd rather run that. So, we have 3 light tanks. Let's go. Alright, took the hill successfully. So I'm going to push right up to here to try to spot people who are coming up this way. Alright, here they come. I don't have a terribly large amount of gun depression. They have a box tank, which I'm not a terribly huge fan of. Running into that. They have 2 KV2s. Alright, so let's see. Ooh, boy. KV2 over there. KV2's bad. Alright. He's gone. Do you think the 263? I do not think that the 263 will be replaced in Blitz. If they were gonna follow that style of replacing tanks with other certain tanks, they would do it a lot more often, like with the Action 10. Yeah. I was fairly certain our team's gonna win here, so I just decided to go full YOLO. Again, the FV4202 is just as unpopular as the 263 is on Blitz. And honestly, I think the 263 is a better tank overall than the FV4202 is, especially for its tier. Ooh, we only have a 12T. We need to kill this guy. Right. So if we're going to win this match, KV2... Alright, we gotta have a SAL or S35CA alive still. Oh. Yes, the 263 is incredibly unpopular, but so is the FE4202. The Centurion Action 10 is a better tank overall than the FE422, especially coming from someone who does play PC a little bit. Especially considering that their Cent 7-1 still has Hesh, but we've kind of differed largely from PC. There's a different development path, different tank lines, a different meta it's similar feeling, and you can kind of convert from one to the other, but there is a learning curve switching from one to the other. That's a whole different topic. Larger maps mean light tanks can be more dominant. It's also more campy. And yeah, the FV422 is one of the worst tanks in the game. Um, it's just not great. Not great at all. Anyways, guys, I am actually going to have to call it a night with this next match. So let's end it off with... Let's end it off with the one of the most controversial tanks in the game, the M60. I will be grinding out the M48s at some point. Anyways, yeah, M60. Strong turret, pretty decent upper hull armor. Fairly decent actually at side scraping due to kind of a boat-shaped hull. Uh, it's surprisingly troll on the sides. Pretty decent pen, decent-ish DPM. 10 degrees of gun depression, whereas I believe the M48 has 9. Don't quote me on that, but... So I'm doing something here. This is one of my favorite positions. You have 2 layers of bushes here. Their Leopard 1 didn't go over here, so I'm willing to bet that their other medium tank didn't as well. We have 2 autoloaders on this flank, so I'm going to push hard. We need to support our heavy tanks up there and punish them if they cross. So let's go for the IS-8. They know that we have flankers. 2, 1. So they have no medium tanks on this side. Get the track. Alright, what the frick spotted me? Something spotted me, and I'm not happy about this. So that means there's something over here, and I took a lot more damage than I really would like to. But something that isn't great about these tanks is the view range is excellent on these tanks. Their camouflage rating is not great. Pen's pretty good. So there's 3 heavy tanks left. Oh, they're there. Oh, that's 2 T-57 heavies. Double T-57 heavies is the bane of every single medium tank in the game. This guy's fired 1, has a turret turn. He's fired 2. Bounced. Again, part of what's good about the M60 is very troll armor profile. T-57 heavy again is basically an M48 hull. I'm going for them tracking shots. 3, 2, 1. No! The tracks love to eat shots. So yeah, that was a pretty standard game on Copperfield, one of my least favorite maps, but kind of showed a case that this tank can put out a surprising amount of damage. 1700 assistance, which is good. I feel sorry for the enemy team. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so very much for watching, tuning in, bearing with me while I play terribly sometimes, play well other times. You guys are awesome. Keep it up. We got this. Um, check out my Discord channel. I'll post the link again here. I'll start assigning people roles after I get done with my homework and stuff that I have to do now. Probably not gonna do custom roles for a while. Check me out on Patreon if you have an overabundance of money and want to spoil this person so that he doesn't have to spend all of his own wallet warrior money on tanks. Um, Also, mastery level patrons will get Masterons is $5 a month, not a ton. You will get moderator privileges on stream if I need them eventually, and if I judge that you have the experience necessary for this, as well as the ability to get one platoon during stream, like one platoon stream during month per month that you donate. Uh, yeah. All right, guys, chill out, and I'll see you later.